Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. And of course, welcome to another installment of the Squish. Today I am building another tiny home. Actually today this is going to be in the world of Moonwood Mill, which is the brand new world that came with the Werewolves game pack. And I just thought it would be a fun idea to build a tiny home that was a little bit more modern in this really woodsy world. I tend to like to do that. I've done a lot of modern builds in like Granite Falls or in Glimmerbrook because I just really like how they look against all of the nature around them. So I'm going for a really glass look here. I end up making this big awning that I'm starting to work on now. I have a little bit of it off to one side, but I have a huge glass awning over the front of the house and I think it looks so cool. I really enjoyed that. So you can see me starting to piece that together. There's also a lot of glass windows on the front of the build so you can view out. And yeah, here that is. I am using some of these like some windows from the Snowy Escape pack, and then the floor tiles are from Island Living. So putting all of that together to make this really cool looking front piece. But the whole house in general is a very simple shape. I just have a couple of bump outs here and there, and really wanted to utilize a darker color scheme with like browns and blacks. And it ended up being a little bit more industrial. So that is what we were doing here today. It's a pretty affordable house as well, sort of. It's 32,388 simoleons. So it's not a starter home, but I don't think it's too expensive. It's only 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, but it's meant to be a tiny house. But I think it's a little bit more of a luxurious one. So I hope you will like it. If you do and you'd like to download it, you can grab it off of the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So right here, I'm trying to figure out the roofing. I was very undecided on this for a while, but I do end up going with like a modern flat roof on both portions of the house. But right now I'm just playing around with like raising up some of the roof pieces and trying to figure out the best way to make it work. But I get there in the end. It just takes a little bit of fiddling and experimentation. That's kind of what this entire build was. I just felt like building something with a lot of glass that was a tiny house. So that's all I had. Well, I guess also this world. I wanted to build something in this world because I've built a bunch of werewolf homes here, but I hadn't built anything else here. And I want to do a state build in this world sometime soon. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will have that out. It really depends on when inspiration strikes and I get a really cool idea. But I'm looking at states that would make sense in this sort of landscape as the next one for the state series. So yeah, I'm still messing around with the roof here. I was so unsure what I wanted to do. So I'm just figuring out some windows and not loving how that looks. But you know, I'll get there. It's good to keep the process in so you're able to see how it does, come together. I know I take a really long time sometimes to get my builds to be finished and make sense. And I think it's good to show that because I get a lot of comments from people saying that they have so much trouble getting builds done. And I'm like, me too. I cut out a lot of the process. So I like to show it from time to time. So here I am finally deciding on a flat roof. So I have like a bump out off to the side, which I think looks so cool with those windows. Honestly, the windows from Snowy Escape are some of my favorites. They're super versatile. The big modern ones, as well as the smaller windows that come with that pack. It's just a really good one, honestly. Anyway, I'm going to be extending this front porch area and actually putting a pool here, which is really fun. Unfortunately, you can't put pools in to the in this area because it has a platform. So I actually had to delete the platform in the middle and have like a little step down, but then I have a pool down here, which I think looks really cute. That's how I was able to get it to work. So I really enjoyed that. I think it looks incredibly like modern and luxurious, and I'm not sure if this is somebody's home or if this is more of like an Airbnb or rental of some sort. But I liked the idea of it, and I have some rocks over here that I'm raising and lowering with the tool mod to make them look a little bit more built in, and like this whole place is like nestled in nature. So that was the idea here. So just working on some more landscaping. I keep adding more. I never know when when there's enough. I have too much fun with landscaping. I am planning to do another landscaping tutorial sometime soon. I've had a lot of requests to do like a more advanced one. I did ask over on my community tab for some suggestions of things you would like to see in an advanced tutorial on landscaping. So if you have any other ideas, you can post them there, or I guess on this video as well, because I'm hoping to film that sometime soon. And any input on what I should include would be really nice. I think it's mostly going to be like coming up with a build concept that shows off a lot of different ideas and then showing how I would go about it. Not necessarily this is the end all be all how you do something. This is just how I would approach it. So if there's certain things you would like to see how they're done, like you don't understand how to make, I don't know, slopes smooth or something like that, let me know and I will try and combine those all into a video and have that out sometime in the next month. So anyway, we're moving on to the inside now and figuring out the floor plan. I end up with a 3x1 bathroom, which is one of my go-to sizes for tiny house bathrooms. And that little cube off to the left ended up being the perfect spot for a bedroom. I was really happy with the layout I ended up going with here, and all of the giant windows looking outside. It just seems so dreamy. I can't imagine having windows that big, but that is where the living space ends up being. And then we have the kitchen on the back wall here, and I will be moving the fireplace as well. I thought that one worked really nice here. It is from Eagle Lifestyle, one of my favorite packs. I also used a lot of a few items from the Industrial Loft kit. I am using the couch, and I believe I also used the bed and the dresser in the bedroom space. They just are so nice, and I love this color scheme for this space, but I could see you like just changing all of the swatches of this house and it still being a pretty nice space. I just really like these colors in particular. Let me know if there's other color schemes you would like to see on the channel though. This is just one of my favorites, and it felt like it was time to do something that was very in my comfort zone. So that's what I came up with. So just figuring out what fridge I want here and getting all of the appliances on the kitchen. The kitchen's just kind of like a strip against the back wall. I thought that that was the best way to make this space work, and I really enjoyed the rugs I used as well. I wanted to add a little bit of color through them, but still make them pretty muted, a little bit worn out, and give a bit of character to the space. I also particularly liked the windows I put above the kitchen space as the little like window to look out while you're doing dishes. And then got a couple of curtains in here as well. And then this is the coffee table I grabbed from Eco Lifestyle. I just think the vibe in here is so cozy, and I feel like if I was staying here, I'd be taking so many pictures. This is like my dream tiny house to like go visit. I've only stayed in one tiny house before. That's like been my thing that I've always wanted to do. And last year I went and stayed in one like on a farm for a little vacation. I rented it on Airbnb, and I would love to do that again. And it'd be really cool if I could find one that would be fun to create in The Sims as well as go and visit. So anyway, I would love to stay in this one if it existed. Unfortunately, it does not. But here in the kitchen space, I am making like some custom cabinetry sort of. I rotated a shelf that came with the two to add some decor to, and I will be actually adding an additional shelf in it and adding a bunch of items in there. I think it looks pretty cool, and just in general cluttering up the kitchen. Got my nifty like necessary cutting boards. We have some jars on the counter. We have our utensils by the stove, and so I'm just trying to make it look full and used but not like messy, if that makes sense. I don't want the clutter to look messy. So there is the other cutting board, and we're going to get some curtains up above these windows as well. And here I am finally getting the items on this shelf I had mentioned. So I have some more utensils and some books, and then I placed a little shelf up above it so I could fit some pans up there. And I just think it looks so nice like that. I think it's a unique design choice. I don't know. I never would have thought of that if I hadn't randomly decided to rotate that shelf. So anyway, over here I have a mirror by the entrance, all of your temperature controls, a trash can, getting some fruit over on the table for a pop of color, and it looks nice. And I decided to add a TV in here. I wasn't planning to at first, but I don't know, your Sims just get so much fun out of watching television that it feels like you kind of need it in your houses. I don't add it in every one, but most of them, and I also have a jukebox in there. And then we're moving on into the bedroom. This bed barely fits in here, but I think it's really cozy. and it fits the vibe of the rest of the house. Of course, I did use a couple of other things from the industrial loft kit. So using that in here with some paintings that are those from Cats and Dogs or Seasons? I can't remember. Anyway, I think they're from Cats and Dogs. I got the dresser from that kit as well, and I was just barely able to fit everything in here. I think it's super cozy and exactly what you would need. And then this is the bathroom that you have to go into the bedroom to access, using another one of those windows in there and just getting a sink and a toilet. And that's pretty much it for the bathroom. I'm trying to think if I add any particular decorations that are interesting in here. I feel like not. I have all of the basics, and I hang up a bathrobe. It's nothing too exciting. I never have anything too interesting going on in bathrooms. It's a little bit of a hard thing to figure out how to decorate because, at least in real life, my bathroom's boring. It's a bathroom. So I don't tend to have very exciting spaces for those. Anyway, over here I am putting the trash can. I actually put 2 just because I thought it looked nicer. And so I already have one inside, and then we should be finishing up some landscaping as well as getting a barbecue out here so your Sims can go ahead and enjoy some outdoor food. I also got our mailbox, a wall-mounted one. That one from Snowy Escape is just the best. I just always want to use that. I also ended up adding some solar panels up on the top of the house and a couple more of those windows as well, and just a little pathway up to the porch. And that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Bye everyone.